Alrighty, folks. So here we're going to talk through this assignment, lines of code. So the idea is that you're going to be reading a file and figuring out the number of lines of code in the assignment in that file. Perhaps the name of it is giving it away. So here we have, well, assuming that this is one line and this is another line, which it would be in Python, that's going to have 2 lines of code. We ignore comments and we ignore white space, which there is right in here. So let's get started with how this is going to look for us. So what we want to do, and some of this is, I don't say new, but it's not stuff you have to absolutely remember, is I'm going to start with a while true. Again, I want to run this program until I get a valid file name input there. So I'm going to say my file name is going to be the input from file name, like so. So there I'm going to output a little thing, prompt the person to input a file name and call it good. Now I want to get that valid file name, so I'm going to split it at the period. There we go. Now, in theory, that this should be a file name of length 2. So I'm going to check if length of the split is equal to 2. Oh, it's not equal to 2. Sorry. Or this thing after the split is not a py. So I want to make sure I'm getting a Python file, right? So I don't want some other garbage in there. I want a Python file. So if those things are not the case, I'm going to print file is not a Python file, and then it's going to loop around and ask for that file name again. Okay, so that's step 1, getting that error checking in. Else, I'm going to show you how to read from that file. With the file open, so I'm going to open up whatever file it is as file. So this is going to take file name. Like, let's say I have fuel.py, and I'm going to open that up and I'm going to refer to this file within this with here. I'm going to say line equals file, read line. So now this line is going to be one of the lines from fuel. So for example, it might be this first line that says fuel equals input fraction. Then I'm going to say while line, and then I'm going to leave it in here for you to process the line. I'm going to get a line count. But you need to process it. You need to figure out if that line is a comment or if it's just a blank line, meaning just white space, or if it's a code line. Then you're going to say line equals file.read. So we get a new line. So I read a line, I set up my count, I say while line, I do my processing of that line, which you're going to do, and then I'm going to get a new line from there. Okay, so I'm making sure that I keep reading a line from the file. And when that's all done, you're going to print line count, and then I'm going to hit a break here. Okay, so that break is going to stop my while true loop because I've successfully dealt with a Python file. This should be enough to get you going. Where's my window now? What